What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Reading Nature Garden Tour Week 6. Now, y'all, in this video, we have a lot to go over, okay? A lot. And I hope it don't start raining, but if it does, well, I'm just going to stay out here and get this done for y'all because it's a garden tour. I have to get it done. So, one of the first things I'm going to show y'all in this garden tour is my chives and my peppermint. I think it's actually one of the first things I always show y'all. So yeah, so these two, and then a lot of these extra plants y'all won't be seeing next garden tour. Hopefully I'll have them in my compost, because if they're not in the ground yet, they're stunted. And look, they're producing peppers because they're stressed out. So yeah, so not these so much, but maybe, because they are looking a little crazy, like eating and stuff. But anyway, so we're gonna wait on this bed, and we're gonna step over here, and we're gonna look over here and look right in here. We have some strawberries. Now I'll link the video I just filmed yesterday. I just harvested some. They weren't big at all because it's been pouring down rain, so whatever size they are, they're just gonna turn red when it pours down rain like this, like when we have constant rain, because basically they get stressed out and they just want to produce seed. So when they turn red, that means the seed is matured and will actually grow. Anyway, so y'all look at the radish down here. I'm not really coming over here because of the corn. I want y'all to really see this radish. Look how big this radish is. And it's only been planting here for about 3 weeks. So hopefully in the 3 weeks, like, look at that radish right there. Anyway, so if y'all want to grow a fast crop, grow radish, okay? So in 3 weeks, we'll be pulling all this stuff out of here. Not the corn, the radish. Or not 3 weeks. In a few weeks, probably 1 or 2 weeks, we will be pulling this radish up out of here, getting it going, because not so long after that, we have corn that will be ready to harvest, and then it will get pulled out, and then this thing will be beans. The corn, look at the roots. It's crazy. The roots are so like thick, and that's what holds the corn in place. See the bottom not moving? Now this one don't have that, and look at the bottom moving. So yeah, that's one of the only ones that have that actually. But at least we know it's established. So yeah, some of the corn is starting to, I think it's called tassel maybe. I'm not sure. It's sitting at the things that help fertilization. We have our acorn tree, I think it's acorn tree. Then we have just a pot with some flowers in it. We have some blueberries. Now we have this plant that's came out my compost pile, because I add compost in here when I add these strawberries. It's right here, planted right here, and it is going crazy. I might pull it, not sure, but I like a crazy garden. Anyway, our grapes are getting bigger, y'all. Right here. We have more on here though that are smaller. Then we have our extra beans, obviously. We have a blueberry plant over here that don't so much as blueberries, but yeah, it's alright. Then we finally have new growth on these big boxwood blueberries. Now, that is one of the most exciting things for me in my garden, because I thought these were dead. And this one, we don't have new growth on yet. That was there already. It's been there for like 3 months, but it's still hanging on there, that one little leaf. We have our strawberry bed. Now, if you're new here, I'll tell y'all, but look at this bee right here first. Anyway, we have the white flowers. I got them 3 years ago. Well, I got this one 3 years ago. It made a runner, and then I got this one. Had this one for 2 years. The pink ones are my new strawberries. I don't know if I really like them yet. Can't really tell you till next year, or actually a few years. But if they overwinter, like see here, my white flowers, I don't cover them. They stay this big all winter long. They don't produce, but they stay that big through the snow and everything I've had. They stayed up. They turn a little reddish color, but then those reddish ones will turn, the reddish leaves will turn green, and when it starts warming back up. Anyway, so we have extra plants not to worry about. We have volunteers coming up through the bricks, okay? Sorry, my dog's a bit. We have lemon thyme right here that is starting to root in the ground everywhere, which is a good thing. We have it's starting to flower, and we have radish over here that are starting to bulb up, if you can see that. Then we have a couple things to harvest. Oh my gosh, I did not tell you all this. We have kind of a lot to be harvested for this to be one of the first few harvests. We have kind of a lot. But we're gonna move on to this bed now. There's bees everywhere, so I have to be careful so they don't sting me or whatever. They're harmless, but when you make them mad, they're not. Anyway, we have peppers on our pepper plants. That is I kept telling y'all this 3 bell peppers. No, I think this one is a Marconi, or no, it's a jalapeno. So it's like a jalapeno. So it's a jalapeno, but non-spicy. Then these 2 right here are bell peppers. So we have little bell peppers everywhere. Let's see if y'all can see. Just look in there. Then we have another bell pepper plant that has a little bigger peppers on it, but they'll keep producing, obviously. We have some basil. We have green beans, dragon tongue beans right here that I'll be harvesting some today. We might be harvesting some basil, not sure yet. We have some more green beans over here we have to harvest. We have to harvest chamomile. So yeah, we have green beans on here. Look at this. Weeds that I'm not harvesting, but I am pulling them because it keeps raining, and for me to stay on top of them, I have to do this. So anyway, let's see. I have a stunted lunchbox pepper. Hopefully it'll take off sometime, but I'm still pulling the peppers off because I just jumped to that bee. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm still pulling the peppers off because it's too small to be producing peppers. I'm pulling flowers, peppers, everything, because it's way too small to be producing peppers. It needs to get at least tall as this basil, or not even that tall. Probably, I'd say tall as the basil, but it don't even really have to be that tall. We have another stunning one right here. I actually might pull these, y'all, because they're yellow. They're not doing good, but if they don't start growing, I will start pulling. But look at this chamomile. Look at that fly. Y'all see that fly right there? It is actually pollinating. And these don't need pollinating, obviously, but I'm saying flies, most people don't think this, but flies are actually pollinators too. I have another bean here. We have radish all down here. Let's pull one, just so I can show y'all. This is how big this one is. That's in this bed. Not the biggest in the bed, but it's all right. We have a jungle of a mix of squash, winter squash, everything that I did not plant. But we have some basil in here that's shading now, but I'm not gonna pull this unless it starts coming this way. I might pull it when I put beans in though, because I need the most space, obviously. But my hollyhocks, I want my hollyhocks, so this is gonna have to move. But anyway, y'all, so let me show y'all what we have in here. gonna be kind of hard. But we have this huge thing. Now this was smaller than last garden tour. I'll link my garden tour playlist in the description so you can watch them all and watch how my garden has come along. But we have a small one there. That still had the flower on it last week. We have a pest here. I think it's called Mexican beetle or something. I'm not sure. But we have these gourds in here for Halloween gourds type thing. We have those. We have small ones right there. We have bigger pumpkins on the other side. I think that's like a Jack B. Little type of pumpkin, or one of those mini pumpkins. We have a gourd right there. Hopefully y'all can see that. I can't see what y'all are seeing because I'm putting y'all behind the leaves. Now more coming on here. We have a smaller pumpkin there. Then we have bigger pumpkins over here. 3 bigger pumpkins. Did I show you everything? Oh, no I didn't. This is one of the craziest things. Now, squash ain't the only thing in this bed. I just figured this out the other day. We also have a cucumber plant in here. It's just kind of crazy, but we have it. So there'll probably be cucumbers in here. I don't pick because I'm not gonna get cut up and stuff to get cucumbers that I don't even know what kind of cucumbers they are. So anyway, y'all, we're gonna move over to this bed right here, okay? Don't worry about this. This was a project that I was doing that epically failed. So anyway, like epically failed. Like, look at these seeds. Bro, oh my god. It makes me mad. But it's my fault, so I can't get mad at nothing. But so basically, y'all, this bed, the beans are looking great. Now there's a volunteer tomato right there. I'll take y'all down there and let y'all see that. But the beans are looking great. Put one more work on myself because I had straw in here and it's coming up everywhere. So I have to get this out of here. So won't do this in this video though. I know y'all glad for that. But anyway, the beans that I just planted are coming up. Now they all didn't come up. There's a huge spot that some didn't come up, but it's all right. Our beans that we planted with those are coming up, or that are already up. They're looking good. Our cucumber plant has some flowers on, or has a cucumber actually on it, but it has some female flowers on here. This actually might be a cucumber plant that don't take male flowers because, or don't need pollination because I don't see one male flower on here, and this is pollinated. Anyway, we have some celery here that might not do nothing. Our broccoli is looking good. I actually harvested one, so if y'all want to see how big that head was, go and actually watch your last video. It's in that video. More beans. Now this don't have a head on it yet. Now let me explain something. It has a small tiny head. But let me explain something. If I harvest these right here, and this one don't have whatever type of head it has on it, I'm just gonna harvest it and take the plants out because I have beans to be planting. And broccoli is important, but not as important as beans to me. So anyway, we also got some more beans right here. They're looking great. But I'm gonna take y'all to my in-ground garden right now. And while I do that, I'm gonna talk to y'all about a project because that's on the way. So I'm thinking about doing a project that is inspired from Homestead Heart. I had this in last video, but I just took it out because I was doing too much. I just was talking way too much about it. So basically, this is a garden tour, so it's gonna be short. I'll talk about it in other videos, but basically what I'm doing is I want to make a watermelon easy something. It's like a easy instant watermelon patch, I think what she calls it. Anyway, you lay fabric down or landscape fabric down, then you take make a big hole in it, dig out a foot or so, and then you basically fill that up with good dirt and then mix it with your natural dirt, and then you have an instant watermelon patch. I was thinking about doing that this year. I'm not sure if I'll have time to grow watermelon this year, but I will do that sometime this year. It might actually be in the winter time, but I just thought I should let y'all know that. Anyway, so let's walk right up here and we're gonna start going down the row harvesting. Not harvesting, showing y'all what all there is in the garden. So 2 bean plants right here. This is the biggest green bean plants, bush green bean plants I've ever grown. Now them up there, they look big, but these are big, okay? And think about this, these are in the natural soil. But that really don't matter because raised beds usually do better here because this is clay I'm really growing, okay? But anyway, we're gonna walk down the cherry tomato row. So we have a bunch still on here, a bunch coming on, and there's more green bean plants, but we have a bunch of red ones on here, big red ones. A bunch of green ones on here, big green ones that start turning. But yeah, we have a lot in here, but I'm done trellising these. I think I'm not even gonna trellis them. I'm gonna wait till next year or whatever because I'm just done trellising them. This way's not working. So anyway, we live to learn, right? We have a red one on here. We have some blushing ones I'll take off just because I just want to harvest on the garden tours, y'all. So anything I feel like can't wait till the garden tour, I'll just harvest. But if it's something that won't, like a tiny cucumber, I'll leave it because it can't grow inside. But anyway, y'all, so yeah, it's actually pulling my poles like crazy because I had it back here and it's pulled it all the way over there, but I pulled it back and put it in the ground more. But look how loose this is. So from here down, German Johnson, okay? From here down, it's just disease, disease, disease. All the way to a different type. So I won't be growing German Johnson no more. I know, I really love that that tomato plant, but think about this, look at all this disease on it. And I'm not gonna spray for one type when I could just not grow it at all. So basically, that's that. Anyway, that's slicers. Now going up, we have some on here that are big. Now this isn't disease. This is just yellowing, which happens on every single tomato plant. Look at him. He's vibrating it, moving that around inside. And y'all can see him, he's holding on just by his front 2 things. Anyway, so yeah, he's a friendly little bee. Hopefully I can see him. Anyway, we have some tomatoes on here that are green, big green, but they're, I think it's closer to turning than these right here. There's our bee again, but closer to turning these because these are like a white green. Anyway, so yeah, y'all can look while I'm walking up. I hope we get at least a lemon boy because that's one of my, it looks like an interesting thing. So it's one of my favorites in my garden this year that I'm growing this now. So we have some big tomatoes on here, but I'll let y'all see while I'm walking up, obviously. Then we get to this thing. This thing is over my head already. This plant, but look, it's an early girl. It's got some on here. And I'm actually thinking about using this type of trellising system, which is a square cage. I ain't even connected this yet, but to do my whole tomatoes next year. But it'll take a lot of those, so I'll get those over the winter time. But anyway, y'all, we have some that start to turn right here. Anyway, if you don't know, tomatoes actually ripen from the inside out. So if you pick it when it's a little turn color, it will actually ripen the rest of the way, sitting inside. But so it ripens inside out, so you don't have to sit it on a windowsill for it to turn colors. Most people think that, but you actually don't have to do that. So, yeah. Anyway, look at my sister's tomato plants. They are patio variety, so they're actually looking really good for their kind. Anyway, like I said, don't worry about this. Look at all that's coming up. But this is the seed that I accidentally put onto my garden bed. Like if y'all can see all those right there. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Y'all see those little spikes? Oh my god, it's shaking way too much. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna zoom in. But anyway, all them little spikes right there, that's all them seeds. Actually, here's some right here. A good bit. Look at this. I'm gonna pull this whole thing up. Look. So the seeds are inside there. When they get moist, these are them. When they get moist, they sit down and root. And that's exactly what happens to my whole garden. Anyway, so I will be pulling those for days. Plus the weeds that I was trying to stop from growing. So yeah, it's just a whole mess in this bed. But I can't wait till this bed gets done so I can till the full thing. And we're gonna go down this road that has most of our cucumbers in it. So these are our cucumber melon. Now, these, I picked them kind of when they're this big. But actually, I do have one thing I don't like about these, okay? I just figured it out, though. So one thing I don't like about them is that when they get so big, the inside, it don't get hollow, like when it's this size. But, the inside, like, the meat on the inside is actually, like, dry type. So I probably won't be growing these. I know I boosted them up so much, but they actually was really good, the most I could remember. But I mean, I don't know, if you pick them smaller, they're better. But see, I need something will be on my time and not their time, really. So anyway, I think this is the same thing. Yes, it is, because I can feel the outside. So yes, that's the same type as that one. Now this one ain't doing nothing, so it will get pulled soon. Because it's literally not doing nothing. It's been in here forever. So these actually got put in the same time. This one and this one. And this one right has cucumbers on it this big, and actually smaller ones and these. And this one is just sitting here like that. So anyway, that one will get pulled. But our sunflower is at the burst into blooms. It's got blooms all on the side of it, y'all. Right there, right there. So they're all gonna just start blooming. I think this is called a cut sunflower or something. It's a certain kind that has a lot of blooms on it, so you could cut it, sit it on your kitchen table or something, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, so these are my favorite cucumbers right here. And the seeds that I sowed are actually starting to come up and looking good, real good actually. So we're gonna be harvesting all these you see right here today. Not the small ones like this, but these right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna harvest them. And then our eggplant are looking really good, okay? They're producing new growth now. I don't know what to do with eggplant, so y'all let me know. But they're producing new growth, like real good new growth too. They're still trying to produce blooms, but this is gonna be my last time picking them probably off of here. I'm not gonna let them produce this time, but next time they push out a bloom, I might let them. But anyway, so that's them 3. And then right here we have a bean that is looking pretty good. Now, I'm gonna show you these cucumbers right here. I'm gonna do this row going up just because that's my first cucumber crop and it's like my second kinda. So basically, this is a pickling cucumber. They need to be picked this big, but I wanted to wait so I can pick it on camera for y'all to show y'all how much I'm picking in my garden this early into the season. So anyway, yeah, so we have that one and that one that needs to be picked. Let's look at the other ones. See, once they get this big, they just stop producing, and there's no other flowers on here except for their male flower. They're just pulled off. But I don't need these anyway, so if they don't look right, I'll pull them out if they don't start producing soon. Because my garden, we need produce coming out of it, not growth, really, okay? We need growth, but when it gets to the size to start producing, it needs to be producing. Anyway, so I know I'm not supposed to be picking weeds, but this is new cucumbers that are coming up, and they don't need weed pressure. Definitely that these are expensive seeds, and I don't want them gone. So, yeah. And I moved this one here, y'all. No, not this one. Sorry. But this one is the one that has taken off the farthest, I think. Farthest or whatever. I moved this one here from here. Actually, cucumbers don't like their roots to be transplanted or messed with or anything. So they actually can die from me doing that. But I just took a risk because I felt like this one was going to produce more if that one wasn't here anyway. So if it would have died, I would have got more off of it if I would have moved it here, or if it would have died. So more off of this one. I know y'all probably think I'm done talking about that one, but no. So I'm actually going to do the same thing with this one, but I'll figure out somewhere to put it because I don't have a place to put it right now. But if one of those stop producing, I'm gonna move it there. So yeah, and then let's see right here. We have some more cucumbers. These are straight 8 cucumbers, so they do need pollination. But that's it for the cucumbers in my garden. Except this one I didn't show you. Our zinnia finally bloomed, but it has lots of blooms coming behind it. And I took the other one out a couple garden tours ago, I think. Bar cosmos are blooming, but if y'all can see all these little heads on it, I can't even point them all out. But anyway, I'm gonna save seed from them. Hopefully I do it right. Our zucchini is slowing down on production, which is not good in my garden, if you know that. And talking to the zucchini, you better learn it, because there's some coming on, like right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. But like this one is probably gonna get pulled out soon. Has a male flower on it. I'm pretty sure this is a male flower. I think I saw this and it was a male flower, but yeah, this is a male flower. There's no point of a male flower being on here this late into the season without being my flower. Now, at the beginning of the season, that's kind of normal. But at this late in the season, and it's not producing no other blooms, so this one will probably get pulled out soon. That one might have a chance. But I forgot to show y'all my pepper row. But anyway, so moving on to my peppers, we have bell pepper here. This is a California Wonder. So until I tell you another variety, they're all California Wonders, okay? So this one. Oh, Jesus, you don't want to get stung. Jump too big, too much. Anyway, there's one stuck in there that is really not gonna grow being in there. Right there. It needs to be outside here. So there we go. We got that outside. And there's another one coming on behind it. So yeah, that's good. And then a whole bunch of more flowers on there. Then more California Wonder peppers. Then this is a random pepper I just put here. I don't really know what it was. I think I planted it on camera, so I should go back and listen and look and find out. But I'm not. I'll just see when I pick it. Now this right here is starting a new variety. So this is pimento peppers. So they're starting on here. There's some. There's a bigger one right there. There's some on here. Now you're probably wondering why I let these go, because I mean I have more pimento peppers on the other side that are bigger, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, so these are full with peppers that I'm gonna wait to turn red, hopefully. Now this is starting a new variety, which is Red Impact. Y'all can see that. And it's starting. There was a spider on me. And I'm not scared of spiders, but I just don't like them on me. But here is a Red Impact pepper. There's a bigger one. And here's a couple bigger ones right here. And that's all the Red Impact. Then we have Marconi, I think. Yes, giant Marconi. So we have some on here. These, more on here. Then we have a big one right here. This is the biggest pepper in my garden so far. But yep. You can't let the first few peppers on your plant ripen fully, because then it won't actually produce as much fruit, because it has already made seed, mature seed, which is actually what the plant is growing for. So you don't want it to do that, or it will slow down the production, extremely slow down the production. So when they start like turning a little bit of color, that's when I pick it, and they'll fully turn colors inside, just like the tomato plant. Anyway, we have some more on there right there, and then we start a new variety, which is actually, I think, no, it's yellow. Golden California Wonder. And these don't have none on there yet. This one does, actually. I was wrong. But yep. And I've noticed something about the California Wonders. These things get so tangled up. But look how big this pepper is. This must have been 2 flowers. But anyway. Then we have some candy cane red that don't look like they're doing anything. Now these they're gonna get picked off the blooms and stuff. But if these aren't doing too good, I'm not gonna grow something that's not doing good, because if they're stunted, there's no point in growing them. They're not on like pop back, or they will at the end. And I'm sorry, and I showed you this row, so we're gonna go up this row right here. I showed you this much. So back right here we have peppers. Now let me get up here so I can see the variety. This variety is called Carmen, sorry. Thought that was an E. Carmen. And it actually has a pepper on it right here, which I think is the wrong pepper because it's sticking up like this. So I'm gonna leave it just like that. But yeah. So anyway, we have cantaloupe, y'all. That I found a cantaloupe on one of these right here. Look, this one is officially our first cantaloupe, I think, of the season. Unless there's some in here, which I'm not gonna look through because there's so many bees on them and I don't want to disturb them because they're getting the job done. That makes the cantaloupe. And then we have a giant Marconi here, which the Marconis in my garden are doing so good this year. That other big pepper you saw was a Marconi. We have a cucumber here that's going to get harvested today. It's a birthless one, but I need to harvest this before it gets too big, so the plant will keep producing. And it has the same type on here too. So, I mean, it don't really harm me with this. It's just, I want this to be big fruit, and so when it gets like this, it stops growing at that. We have more on here though, birthless. Now these aren't the same variety. They're totally different. Had the same variety of this, but it ended up getting ate or pulled up and trampled. So, yep. But the bees are hard workers, I'm telling you. If it weren't for bees, I probably wouldn't have this much on my plants yet. So this right here is a shishito pepper. 1 out of 10 is spicy, so that's the only spice I have in my garden this year. They don't have no peppers on it yet. Actually, this one does. And I'm so glad to tell y'all that all this over here, I think, yeah, basically all of it, yeah. I'm looking at all the tags, yes, all of this over here. So starting down there, all the way up here, it's all been grown by seed from me. And that's really great to say. And most people think, like, I don't want somebody to think I'm trying to flex or show off my stuff, but it's really like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, look what I did, or brag about stuff. It's just, it's exciting because when you grow something from seed, like that are really hard to grow, not really hard to grow from seed, but can be iffy on growing from seed, like these peppers, it's something I really want to tell somebody because it's like, I'm proud of it. And so I want to show it off. Not really show it off, but like show y'all and tell y'all about it. So basically, here's a shishito. It has a baby shishito on there. And then here's a habanadas, which are slower growers. They grow just like a hot pepper, but they are actually not hot. Let's get the dirt off of them. But yeah, so hopefully that does good. We have some baby blooms on them. I'm taking them off so they get bigger. But anyway, so yeah. That's the habanadas. And then we have a yellow monster here, which is looking like a monster already. This is also a, no, this is a jalapeno, I think. Yep, a jalapeno. But that's not right, because, yeah, it's definitely not a jalapeno. Definitely not. It's like a bell pepper or something. That's the first one that ain't been true to its type yet in my garden. Now here's an jalapeno plant, hopefully. Let me see this. I think this is an jalapeno too. Yes, this is an jalapeno. So that right there might be a jalapeno. I'm not sure. I thought it was gonna be more of a jalapeno, just like a jalapeno, but not hot. So anyway, when I grow a jalapeno, they're usually slimmer than this. And this right here is a mini bell. This right here is a mini bell right here too. And this right here is a Jimmy Nardella is starting to have some baby fruits on them. Baby fruits, like baby. And those will get bigger, I'm pretty sure. You know, like a big, longer type pepper. Anyway, right here we have another Jimmy Nardella, which, yep, they're gonna be a longer type. I grew these before, the Jimmy Nardella. I grew a lot of this before, except for the Shishito, Habanada, and Nalapina. Anyway, we have, can't say this name, but that's the name. We have a Edgevarsky right here. I think one of those can be hot, maybe. Like one in every few can be hot. Not sure. But anyway, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all about one of the newest things I put in my garden, which has been this watermelon. Now, I did not plant this. That's came back. Most people say that brassicas aren't perennials, but some of them are. If you leave the root in the ground, they will come back, because I literally left the roots in the ground right here. Not the stem, like the root, and it has came back. So, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, we have watermelons right here, so I'll tell you all the varieties of these, since I told y'all all the other varieties. We have Black Diamond. So these two right here are Black Diamond. Then this one is Charleston Gray. So here, and this one is Charleston Gray. Then we have Jubilee. So this one and this one's Jubilee. And we have a Sugar Baby right here. So this is the Sugar Baby. Now, I made all these for the new cucumbers. I probably won't be ordering them for a while. So anyway, because we got new ones right here. But if I don't need them right now, I'm not going to grow them right now. And by then, I might be tired of cucumbers. So, yeah, so I got my basket. And we're going to start up here by the beans. I know y'all already forgot about these beans. So, yeah. So, basically, I don't do nothing really to these, to harvest these. I just snap them right off, just like that. Now, if I'm doing a big preservation, or I mainly just freeze these, but if I do something big, like a lot of these, I'll take the small ones too, because I don't feel like doing it in a few days. So yeah, just picking these. And while I pick these, let me tell y'all what I'm gonna do in my garden. So I'm actually thinking about making a big, like, or making raised beds dedicated just to green beans for next year. I mean, obviously I'll switch them out sometimes, or, I mean, I can obviously plant anything in them, not just green beans, but I want to make them mainly my green bean beds, because, like, these aren't in the way or nothing. I mean, that's what these beds are for, is to grow food, and that's exactly what I'm doing, is growing food, and as you can tell. But I'm not only wanting to have green beans, like, everywhere in my garden. I mainly want them, like, in one place, you know. So just because that's just like an opinion I want, or an option, or something I want in my garden, not something that has to be done. It's just, if I want to run everywhere, I just don't want to run everywhere, and I don't. So yep. And this will hopefully be full of just that bed over there on just a couple of weeks. So a couple garden tours, we might be harvesting a bunch of beans from there, actually. So we have a few more beans to pick out of this bed. Actually, these are my only green beans, so out of this full bed. Look at this baby bee. Anyway, so these are the green beans that are done from this bed. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go get another basket right quick, because I want to put my herbs in one basket. Y'all, look at that storm coming straight. Well, actually, it's moving that way. But we have a storm that's supposed to start happening in just a little bit, so I'm going to have to hurry up and start harvesting real. Well, I already started, but I'm going to have to hurry up and harvest. Got my basket, and obviously you can tell those strawberries in here. So, anyway. So I'm back out here, and sorry bees, but I gotta pick some of these. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? But I'm probably gonna speed y'all up, or not even put this in the video, because this is gonna take a second. Alright, y'all, so I didn't really feel it, but I got this much done. This is all I really need for right now. I'll leave these for the bees, and hopefully they'll produce more. If they don't, well, that's alright. I don't really use this, but I'm trying to use it more since, you know, I can grow it now, like really grow it. But I am gonna put some basil in here, and I'll probably dry this, or maybe some basil tea with it. I think, and I'm gonna harvest some mint too, because I want to make some mint tea. Now y'all probably wondering, why do I need all this? I really don't need all this basil I'm picking today. It's just if I don't pick it, it'll start bolting. And what I do is, let's see if I can find one. So yeah, I can't find one on this one, but I am gonna move to this one right here. So basically, what you try to find is, like right here, you see that? See how it's like two leaves right here? I pick right in the middle of that. And that's what gets me like good. That's what Roots and Refuge actually taught me. And that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, but at a certain amount of time, you just can't stop it from bolting, because there's no way you can eat all this basil or preserve all the basil before it starts bolting. So, it just kind of gets to a point where you have to let it go. And I have to say, I think I like the green basil smell more than this red basil. I'm actually going to take this just because it'll stay low. But, yeah, so anyway, I'm going to finish picking this basil, then I'll go to the other one. But I'm not done yet here. So now we're at this basil. This is my first time picking this basil, actually. So, what I'm picking right here in the middle is where it's gonna bolt. I just picked it so it won't bolt. But, yep. I'll probably just draw this for real, unless I make a tea when I go in or something. But I'm actually wanting some mint tea when I go in, so. Yep. And y'all, I just picked some mint, and so now my mint plant looks bare, but it's alright, it'll regrow. But yeah, so I'm done picking in this bed, I think. Yeah, except, no, I'm not. I got some more basil I need to pick right over here, this green basil. Just so it won't bolt. Look at it starting to bolt right there. So I'll pick that right there off, and that V. I just look for the V, really. And so yeah, now this will all probably get dried, and then yeah, I'm gonna pick some lemon thyme probably in the next garden tour. But anyway, so I'm gonna leave this here because it's all the herbs in my garden. They're up here. So now I need to go pick some not green beans. I was looking at the green bean plants, but they're actually starting to like flower, or I think they're close. Anyway, so I'm gonna pick some of these. So y'all, this really is a good cucumber, right? Good cucumber. And the plant is a good cucumber plant. Like, they really have really stood out to me. And these are already getting disease, but it's alright because they probably won't be here long, how they're acting. So, how this one's acting. But anyway, so that might be all. Is that all? I don't even remember. Is that all? But I think I'm missing one down here. Yeah, I know. I just want to pick this so it won't get too big by next garden tour. And hopefully we'll be picking some of those down there by the next garden tour. And if I wanted some green tomatoes, I could, because there's some big ones. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And actually, don't forget to share if you haven't already. But if you're listening to me right there, you should already be subscribed, because you obviously made it to the end of the video. So what are you doing if you're not subscribed yet? Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.